Hi, Amber.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
We're going to talk about our house real quick, and we got some pictures. We want to reminisce a little bit about 2406, we call it 2406.
Yes, because we decided to sell after living there for almost 13 years.
Yeah.
14 years.
2012 until now.
Yeah, so we're selling it, but that house has held a lot of memories, has been pretty epic for our kids in the last season of their life. We rented for a really long time. We were always renters, and we never really thought about buying a house, not because we didn't want to, but it just wasn't in our radar with the lifestyle that we were living at the time.
When we were in ministry, a lot of times the house came as part of the pay. Mm-hmm. It was like, hey, we got a house with rent and utilities and all that, and so we always just, that's why we never really had to worry about buying a house, because we always had a house in ministry as part of the pay. But then when we left ministry 2008, and then it was like everything changed, because it's like, what, we have to rent, we have to pay utilities,
we have five children. We can't rent a little house.
It's a little bit different. Yeah. I always say, for people, like, if you ever have more than 3 children, your vehicle options change and your housing options change. Mm-hmm. So this house had 6 bedrooms. Not when we first got it.
No.
So let's talk about a little bit about the changes we did on it. And
how we got the house. How about that?
How we got the house.
So we were going to church. We left full-time ministry, and we were just attending a church with some friends. And they had a home that they were going to move out of, and they needed someone to rent it. And so they gave it to us to rent, which was awesome because it was perfect for our family. It was, at the time, I think, a huge basement in the bottom that had 2 little rooms, and then there were 3 rooms up top. And so we were and our boys were still little, so they could share some rooms and things like that. So we started off renting our house that we ended up buying, just because we knew the people and it was a really good fit for us, good neighborhood.
And I wouldn't say, what was it like? It was probably 7 years before that.
Yeah.
We had a prophecy over us at a church service we were at, where they said, I see this house, and it's everything that it's a big house.
It's a big house. With a big, beautiful kitchen.
With a big, beautiful kitchen.
And a place where you could put your whole family to sit down and eat. Because at the time, we were living in 2 or 3 bedroom homes. And so we
couldn't eat
all together. So we'd feed the kids, and then we would eat, or we'd eat in shifts, because we didn't have a big enough space for all of us to sit down. And that was kind of the big thing. First, there was going to be...
So the big kitchen and a place where our whole family can eat.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So this house, and the big part of that was that in the prophetic word they said, and the people are going to make it so you can buy it, because we were not in a position to be able to buy anything. We were in full-time ministry when this was happening, when we got the prophetic word. We were in full-time ministry, and we were really not making very much money, because you don't really make a lot of money in ministry. And we had 5 kids.
And even the fact that the rent of the house and the utilities and all of that was part of the pay, even though it provided for our family, the actual cash that we got that showed what we made was very insignificant.
Yeah, we were basically at poverty level most of the time. So the prophetic word was really great, because it had said that the people would make it so we could buy it. And so it was pretty cool when this house, they said they're going to put the keys in your hands. And so when we rented from them, and then they're like, hey, we want to sell. Would you guys like to buy? And we'll help you make it happen. And they basically did. Yeah. We didn't have to come up with a down payment. We didn't have to come up with anything. They used our rent that we'd been paying, because we'd been renting for, I think, 2 years.
Yep.
2 or 3 years before we bought the house. And they're the sweetest people, and they'd raised their kids in it, and they loved the Lord, and it was just a good little spot for us. And so when they did that and we were able to buy the house, we took this picture, and maybe we can find it and show them there, but everyone put their hands in all together on top of each other until the smallest hand was on top, which happened to be Nehemiah at the time. And we had one little house key in our hands, because we were able to buy the house, which was exciting for the kids. I mean, they had already been living there for 3 years, but we're like, guys, this is ours now. We could do whatever we want with it. And so then we started doing whatever we wanted.
And now, then our family, on the last day,
we did the same picture with
everybody's hands
And there's from we went.
But
from,
there's no key because
no
it's
key.
like we're getting out of this house. No key
Yeah.
for it.
And the cool thing was the family's grown from 7 to 14 in 13 years, I think it's been, which I thought was pretty cool to think about how much our family had grown in this home, which was just so sweet.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of work on it too. And
Yeah, and the part of the prophecy at the very beginning was it has this nice, beautiful kitchen. But the kitchen, when we had it, it didn't click for us that this was the house.
I still don't know if that was the house.
Well, maybe not.
I don't think.
But we remodeled the kitchen.
Yes.
And after we got done remodeling the kitchen, I remembered the prophecy. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like, because when they gave us the prophecy of a beautiful kitchen, in my mind, I saw this kitchen that had like cabinets everywhere.
Which that's how Brian's mind works. He can vision.
Well, but then this was years later, like 7 years later, 8 years. So now we're at 10 years later, and we remodel our kitchen, and we just design it like we thought we'd want it. And so we designed our kitchen, did it, and then.
And it's a big, beautiful kitchen.
Yeah,
it really is. It's like one of our son is a baker, and it's like a baker's dream, a cook's dream. It's pretty awesome. It's got everything you would need, and. So, which was cool. So we started doing small little renovations in it. And it's funny because our family kind of did outgrow it. It was very bittersweet to put it on the market because we were like, oh, we kind of want to keep it forever. And we're all very sentimental people. Me and most of the boys. Brian is too.
Well, and our storage units prove it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We don't want to throw anything away.
It's ridiculous.
I used to do yard sales, and I would sell all kinds of stuff. But we would get that stuff, and I would just move it.
Well, the running joke is that we're all hoarders in our family. Like our son walked in to where we're living and goes, looks like Dad's a hoarder too, just like me. Like we have too much stuff. But when you live in the same place for 13 years and you do, we utilize that home to its full capacity. It was never ever empty. There was every room was always full.
So the downstairs basement used to have 2 rooms, like you talked about.
Yep, it had the laundry room and then 2 rooms.
Yeah, and then there was a big open room, and I made that another bedroom and a pantry.
Well, before he did that room, he built 4 bunk beds in it because at the time we had all of our kids. And then we were going to be doing kinship care, and we didn't have enough space. And so Brian built this cool,
it was cool.
Their bunk beds next to each other. It was almost like in a
bus,
like a bus where you could close
or...
the curtain and open the curtain like a coach bus. You know, if you're going to go to sleep, it was like that. So everyone had their own personal space with a curtain that closed and cool
shelves
lighting
inside
and
their
shelves.
and cool lighting. It
was really cool, and the kids loved it. I mean, they were younger then, but it was their own little personal space, and they could hang out and game and play and do stuff, and that created space for us to do foster care and kinship care because that was something that we wanted to do when we found out that we had some family that was in the foster care system, and so we redid that room in order to make space for for the kids to share, so we had more. And then after that season kind of ended, and the kids were all getting older and needing their own space, we took all that down. Which it's funny now, we were like, man, we could have left that up because the grandbabies would have loved it. Because when we think about having our grandkids over, that would have been perfect for them to have their own space.
And it turned out to be a 6-bedroom, pretty much.
Yeah.
So 6 bedrooms.
Yeah. We took that out, and then Brian built a room and a pantry in that same spot.
Yeah.
Because there was no pantry in the house, and the kitchen upstairs was, average size. There wasn't a lot of extra. There was no pantry upstairs. It was just cabinets, and so the downstairs, that's kind of what we redid down there. Yeah. Which made it usable. So then we had 3 kids downstairs.
When we redid the kitchen, before we redid the kitchen, we had this idea of like really opening up I wish we had before pictures.
We probably do somewhere.
But we had, so going down to the main living room, or the family room area, there was this little tiny staircase going down.
With a little wrought iron.
Yeah, with like a gate.
Not a gate, a little fence thing. You know how you see it.
Oh, not a gate, a fence. But
it's not a gate. You know.
No.
It was
but
an
it was.
opening.
Yeah. It was just really strange. I thought
that's very normal.
Because it was low, the ceiling was low, and so there was like this gap about this big.
It wasn't
was
that
about
strange
2 feet.
because it was meant to be a little eat and dine area in the kitchen. And so if you think about stairs going down, and then there's just a little
box.
wrought iron area where you put a
you
table, and then it opens up into the kitchen.
Okay, what we did is we took that out. We put a staircase the whole way, the whole width, and going down, and underneath those stairs is
hidden storage.
Storage.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go any further, I ran through the house and did a little tour of it, and I did talk about a little bit of those storage stuff. Watch this really quick, and then we'll get back to it.
2406 Merino Court. Let's check this place out. Oh, wow. Nice big room here. Dining table could fit right there. Check it out. The kitchen with all the drawers. Oh, is this that conduction? Oh, yes. Nice double oven. Oh, look at this family room. Wow, look at all of this. Look at this chalkboard. Oh, it's a secret compartment. Oh my goodness. We got some chickens out back and garden. Whoa, look at the garden. Oh my goodness, that could feed a family. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's storage underneath the stairs. Oh man, I could put all my board games under there. Wow, let's look at this. Oh wow, nice. Let's close that. That's pretty nice. Wow. Hi. Let's check out the downstairs. There's more. Oh wait, there's more. Motion? Is this a motion light? I don't know. Maybe. Do you have to get closer to it? I don't know. Hey, look at this. Wow. It's a pantry. And a den? Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, you can mount it. Yeah. What about this? Oh, here's a bedroom. Okay. With the windows like that? Yeah. Nice. Is there another? Oh, a study. Wow, an office. Ooh, this is great. With a little closet over there too. Wow. What about this? It's kind of dark in here. Oh, nice. It is a nice laundry room. I could put up a table right here to fold and all this kind of stuff. That would be great. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? That's a wood burning fireplace. Look at all the, oh, you could put so many books right there. And let's go. Oh, look at these stairs. Going up the stairs, it has a map. The United States and the world. You could travel the world just by going upstairs. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Is this a bedroom? Oh, yeah, nice. Good size. What is that, 14 feet by 12? Wow. Wow. Oh, and this one's even bigger? Wow. This one? Wow. Oh, look at the closet. That is great. Oh, I skipped a bathroom over there. Oh, yeah. Look, this must be the master. The master. Who's the master? Here we go. Look at this. Oh, this is nice. Oh, yes. Yes. That's very, there's another bathroom up here too though. Let's check it out. Here, oh, here it is. Nice. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, that's nice. You can put all your shampoo and stuff right there. Oh, nice. Oh, storage right up there. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. This place. Wow. I think this is a good one. I think this is a good one. Oh my goodness. I see a microwave. Oh, they're gonna have a refrigerator right there, I guess. What is this? Oh, garbage? Oh my goodness. What's this one? Another garbage. Oh my goodness. There's oh. And then I guess if the refrigerator's right here, all the food can go there and then you can prep your food. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Is this a drawer? Wow. Is this a secret drawer? Oh, that's where I'll have my snacks. Wow. What a house. What a house. What a house.
So you can see, I know that was kind of fast, but I was like, those are all the things that I pointed out that I liked about the house. Basically because we made it.
Yeah.
We made it like we wanted it to be.
And we called the stair area our choir stands.
Because we did have choir practice there sometimes.
So in this home held, so we did foster care, kinship care. We had
we had some refugees that we brought over from Africa.
Yep, they lived with us off and on for years, and then we did youth group. So we'd have youth come over, 30, 40 students, hang out in the front yard, and we have this big tree in the front yard that everybody loved. Our daughter-in-law was talking about how she used to climb it every Tuesday, and then would sit up there, and everyone would just talk and hang out in this big tree in the front yard that was awesome. But we helped them.
When she was, 16, 17?
Yeah, young.
And then when the last day we were there, what is she now? 20, 28?
I don't think she's older than Amos.
20,
I don't know.
27?
Sorry,
and she climbs up the tree and she's like, and she got stuck.
No, what was cute was that was because we do family lunch every Sunday. Well, we did at the house. The last one, her son was climbing the tree just like she did, sitting up there, which I thought was just so sweet. So we did youth in there. We would do prom before and after parties, and one of them we had 75 to 100 teenagers packed into our house after they all went to prom, and they wanted a fun place to come hang out at afterwards. It was going to be safe and not full of alcohol and drugs and blah blah blah, because there was lots of party options, but there was this group that just wanted some clean, fun things to do. So we opened up our home, and we had gaming and like video games and regular games, and we had a bonfire thing in the backyard, and
the big fire room though, where the fireplace is. That was the mafia room.
Yeah,
where
we played mafia.
Played mafia.
Almost every birthday and
she's
Christmas.
all-time mayor.
I am all-time mayor. He's all-time liar. He's like.
I'm the doctor. I'm all-time doctor.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not the doctor, I play the doctor.
So 75 plus, and I remember it was when those what's that board called? The two-wheel.
The hoverboard.
Hoverboard, and
somebody brought a hoverboard. They're hoverboarding around the house.
Yeah, and people were trying to hoverboard.
And that's where all the bottom of the cabinets got damaged, and I had to replace them.
Yeah.
And a hole in a wall by the baseboard, and I had to fix that.
Yeah, but so fun. The boys loved it. So our three oldest always had stuff going on there, and then which was so fun.
One of the
birthdays, Christmases.
Yeah, one of the things
grandbabies' birthdays.
One of the things that I really liked was the stairs that I did going up to the second floor, where it had a map, and it had. So I bought a couple maps, a map of the United States, a map of the world, and I put it on the front of the stairs. And as it goes up the stairs, like, I don't know if anybody else did this, but I would pray for the nation and I'd pray for the world every time. And I always thought about this. Every time I would go up and down the stairs, I would think, I'm traveling the world right now. Just going up the stairs, I'm traveling the world and praying. And we had this sign there that would say pray. What was the sign that we had? There was two of them. It says
one says home.
One said home and one said prayer. Yeah. And so we had that sign there for a long time. And so every time I walked down the stairs, I would just pray for the world. Sometimes I'd stop on a certain country because they were marked off on different countries. Sometimes I would stop and just pray for that country for a while. And sometimes people would be like, what are you doing? Because I'd be standing on the stair in the middle of the stairway.
Yeah. It is pretty cool how the house was able to grow with us in our different ages and stages of life, but also just in how we were growing personally, like the stairs with maps.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like that. And even just changing the rooms around to make space for the people that would live with us. We had a young family live with us. We've had college students live with us. Yeah. This young family I loved when they lived with us. They were just starting out in life and figuring things out, and they were in one little room. It was them and their sweet little girl, and we loved the Fords. It was so fun having them with us, and college students that lived with us off and on, and we helped out some of our friends' kids or our boys' friends if they needed things. Like, it just...
Sometimes people were in between places, and we let them stay with us, and we watched their dogs, and their dogs tore up our garage.
Yeah, that's true.
And we had to fix that.
Some of it we didn't fix because it was real bad. But this house really grew with us, which was cool. So that's kind of the basement. The living room, my favorite, was a wood-burning fireplace. Every winter, just being able to burn.
And all the books we had.
Yeah, so many books. I look back now and I think we should have got rid of books a long time ago.
Because you packed most of them, but we got rid of a lot of them too.
But just the fireplace was so great. It was warm and cozy.
Here's a little tip when you're packing your books. always pick the smallest boxes. Don't try to fit all your books in one box.
That's a pretty common tip.
It's a pretty heavy box.
Yeah.
Remember the big bin? The big giant bin with all the books in it?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
two
what he's-
people had to lift
I
that.
don't know what he's talking about. I wouldn't do such a stupid thing. But our living room was so great, and I remember when we redid it, we put in new floors. That was the first room.
That was the first room
that we
remodeled.
redid. Yeah, and we put in these darker wood floors that kind of matched the mantle, and we painted it like a nice creamy tan color. And inside the bookshelves, we made the dark brown that matched the other stuff, and then white trim. And
We had a projector in there.
yeah, we didn't do a TV. We did a projector, so if we wanted to watch something, so it was like this clean room that had nothing on the wall, and then unless we were going to turn on and watch movies. And it's funny, in that room, our son Elisha we had a big screen. We did a big movie night one night. We put the big screen up, and we all sat down there, and because we didn't usually do a big screen in there, but we had this huge screen. And
For
then,
outdoors, we made an outdoor movie theater.
yeah. And so we brought that in the house though to try to do.
It was like from ceiling to floor.
Yeah,
the whole screen.
the whole wall in that room. It was huge.
And he did a presentation.
He did a presentation for us because he wanted a dog, and we were like, we had our family dog Lulu, and I'm like, we're not getting another. And Brian was for sure like, we're not getting another dog. But he convinced all of his brothers about this presentation, and then they all were on board and basically ganged up on us to where our son ended up getting a golden doodle, Daisy, which is the sweetest little thing ever. But I'll never forget that because he had this whole he's in his little cozy warm pajama thing, and he's got his laptop, and he's going through this big projector, reasons why he should get this dog. Hyperallergenic, she won't shed, Dad, you won't have to clean up hair, and all these things.
There are different shades of golden retrievers, in case you were unaware of that. They're just so cute and pretty.
Which one do you want?
Somewhere in the middle. 3 dogs? Too much? Fact, there's no such thing.
Getting there.
Lulu. You like his dog? It's just, So, this is just a little joke, movie. Either I can go out and get a dog, or I could go with your approval. Over there.
How long will you wait for their approval?
What do you mean?
Before you
Are you
ask?
making an ultimatum?
Oh.
Approve me until
so-
it's time for.
Take this as a joke or not. If I don't get a golden retriever, I will fall into a deep depression.
Take this as a joke or not.
that room did Mafia. We did birthdays and Christmases.
The big table that we had. Now
that's not the room. We're in the living room.
No. I know. We're going back to let's go upstairs.
No, wait. In the living room, the other thing is the proposals that happen in that living room.
yeah.
We're getting all the good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He's
Okay,
just
so
busting through on these.
And at this point, you might be thinking, what is he suggesting? And I'll get to that in just 1 second. I tried to let you know that everything I said, I meant it. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're funny, you're cunning, and you can really do anything when you put your mind to it. And you're right, I do have a question. You're my princess for now, but will you be my queen? Cassidy Sealander, will you marry me?
She said yes!
There it is. We did it. We're engaged. Where's that ring? So excited. Everybody's here with us. So hype about that. All right. That's it.
So proposals, I mean that room has been transformed many times.
Amos
we held dinners
proposed to
there
Cassidy.
when the boys did homecoming. We served all their friends. When Nehemiah and Elisha were little, were little servers, and they had little towels over their arm, and they're dressed in black and white. And we put a big table down there so that people could eat in there. And I mean, that room was a living room, and it was lived in. We had people on couches and floors.
And then when they had sleepovers, the whole floor was like a
giant bed.
Nehemiah's blow-up
group
mattress
was the best for that. As they got older, that was kind of their hangout spot, which was so fun. They would do Nehemiah's birthday was the same for years and years and years, and play games and Mafia, and then all the guys stayed the night, and it was so fun.
We have a long list of some days that we want to do, like go to bed, wake up every day right next to you. I have never loved someone as much as I love you. Want to turn our some days into forever with you. You heard me? Yeah.
So that
now,
room was awesome.
Now, what about what used to be there was a family room, and then there was a living room in the front area, but we turned that into the dining area.
So when you walked in the front door, it used to be, and this was our.
And then we expanded our kitchen into the old dining room area because it was really small.
Yeah.
So we kind of made our kitchen dining room area
The
one
whole
big
next
area.
level, and then you would go down to the living room.
Yeah.
But before we did that other area, when it was a living room, our daughter-in-law was like, I love the couch that was in there. We had this big, fluffy, fake leather couch that was peeling. All the students, everybody loved it. It was so comfortable, you could just nestle right in.
It was
Ugly
hard
as
when I
could
was
be.
like talking to them, you know, because we had like youth ministry there and stuff. And I'm talking, and I just look around at the kids, and they're all like pilling the couch. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Just peeled it into nothingness. We had to get rid of it. But then when we turned that room, which was fun, we liked it in the beginning, just being in the living room, because you could walk in and just sit, and if you're in the kitchen doing something, there was a wall
But there
up,
was
so you
a wall.
couldn't
It was all
hear.
closed off.
Yeah,
it was totally separate.
It was his
Yeah.
own little space, which was
There was
kind
a
of
little
nice.
door going to the dining room, and there was a whole wall closing the kitchen off. So it was totally different.
Yeah.
And that's when we opened it all up.
Yeah,
and then
so
we
we
put that
changed
big table there, and that
this table. We saved up for it for.
We saw it, and we're like, we have to have this table. It expanded to seat 12,
Yeah.
at least 12.
Yeah.
At least. Easy 12.
Yeah, and so we saved up for it for probably 6 months or
Yeah.
something, and we had it delivered, and they brought it in and set it up. It was the most amazing. We love this table because it could fit our whole family. It was huge.
Yeah, so the one you see there is just a small table, but it was a whole long table. And one of the other things that I thought was interesting, because we would do presentations for our business and different things. So at the end of the table,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Come on!
Happy birthday to you.
Never trust they mess with the lighter.
The hip hop, the hip to the hip hip hop. You don't stop rocking with the happy birthday. Up drums the rhythm, it's the rhythm of the birthday beat. Happy birthday!
Ah, just put it out.
Don't blow so much.
I didn't blow.
These are the worst matches. The lighter of the
Got him for 10 years, so.
We have a lighter for the plastic.
User error.
I grabbed the lighter.
Oh, yeah?
When you didn't want it.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't that like.
Okay, no, don't touch. Don't touch it.
Which is, I mean, still would be better than what I'm using.
Okay. Now you make a wish and you blow it out. Okay, blow.
It works, but you just gotta keep it.
Blow, Ezra. Blow hard. Okay, give me a wish. Ezra, blow really hard. Ezra, blow really hard. Keep blowing. Yay! Good job, guys.
there was this giant, like 80-inch TV.
Oh, the TV's
That-
in our house.
But it was great for presentations. People would come over, we'd give a presentation, or whenever we want to, like it was almost inspired by Elisha's presentation for the dog. But it was, so we had that, we did that, we used that for business, and so then when it was time to sell the house, the realtor said, "Yeah, take down the TV because most people don't have a TV in their dining room."
We're like, yeah, we know.
Well, we know.
There are TVs in every room in our house, just about.
Because getting together, it was always like somebody would use their phone, they would throw up something on the TV, you know, like cast it up there, and we'd all just look and we'd talk. Sometimes at dinner, at lunchtime on Sundays, people would say, "Hey, let me show you this, let me show you that." So everybody's putting stuff up on the presentation, and the memes and the different things that the
So
funny
fun.
videos that they would have. You know, we'd always. it was really cool to have that presentation screen. But again, the realtor was like, yeah, most people don't have, and I go, oh yeah, that's for business, and so that's why we did that.
Yeah. And then we redid the kitchen, and we did these awesome white cabinets from IKEA, and talk about enough space for everything. It was awesome when it was all done, just everything that we could fit, and double ovens, and we were going to do an ice machine. That's the one thing we never got done, so we ended up just buying another cabinet to put in, but we were going to have an ice machine.
Yeah, I had this space, so we put a potato cart there, like that we held all of our onions and potatoes in after a while, but it was supposed to be, when I made it, it was supposed to be an ice machine, because we
like ice.
Yeah, that crunchy, like, ice, the ice, that ice, the Sonic ice, or whatever. But so with all that, it came time we never got the ice machine, mainly because we were trying to get a certain ice machine, and it was always out of stock.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, we haven't got the ice machine. And then you know what happens? You buy a countertop ice machine, and then all of a sudden your need for ice goes away because you have this little countertop.
But we didn't buy it. Somebody gave it to us, and we loved it. And then when it broke, we bought one. Because we're like, we can't live without the ice.
But we didn't get the one that goes in there. So then we just went and got a cabinet and put a regular cabinet in there. But it's basically a kitchen that
we loved. I mean, this home was made for a large family, or for people that like to host groups of people. Because there's little pockets you could go off to. You could sit in the dining room. You could sit in the living room. You could sit in the kitchen. We had a little seating area that we'd have most of the time, because we were eventually
like a bar.
Yeah, we have a bar area, and then I would always have a little couch, or not a couch, a little chair. In the part, there's like by this window between. We're gonna make this whole area where it opened up into a sliding door, and was a deck, and you could walk out and grill and stuff. But we didn't do that, so until then, had a little seating area right there. So if you're in the kitchen cooking, you could be sitting there talking to whoever's cooking or baking, and it was just such a nice home.
What about the backyard?
The backyard was pretty great. When we first got it, so the family that owned it before us, they were what's called master gardeners, and so they had put in these amazing garden boxes with all the right everything you need, and we walked into a full garden with raspberries and rhubarb, and they did potatoes and tomatoes, I mean all the things. And then they had an apple tree over too, and so we came into a pretty great spot.
Yeah, so and then we had the chickens.
Then we added chickens. We had up to 9 chickens in the backyard. You were allowed to do 9 chickens, no roosters. Now I think it's 6 chickens you can have. But we had chickens, we had fresh eggs, and then we had our garden. And there was some place kind of to play and stuff. It didn't seem like a huge backyard.
But the front yard made up for it.
Yeah, the front yard was kind of our hangout spot more than the backyard.
We always had hammocks hanging on the tree.
Mm-hmm. We'd have like 4 to 5, 6 hammocks in this one tree. Just hanging. And the boys would do a slack line from our big, beautiful tree in the middle. There was this small pine tree, a smaller one. They would do a slack line to that. So we had the slack line there. We'd have our hammocks. We had our picnic tables. We had our cornhole.
This is on a cul-de-sac, and it's pretty quiet cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
But our house was always hopping.
Yeah, our neighbors, when we said that we were moving, they're like, "Oh, we never saw you guys as empty nesters. There was always something fun going on at your house. There's always somebody there. The kids were there, and they loved. They're very sad when we were gonna move.
Yeah. Can you imagine 2 of us in a 6-bedroom? What would we do?
4-level home. It was like the stairs were brutal. Like. I was like,
yeah. She said, hey, our next place, I don't want any stairs.
Just keep it flat, man. Just give me a ranch style home. So we utilized that space, every inch of it. We had a place where we stored all of our kayaks because we live close to a reservoir, and every summer we would, a couple times in the summer, we would load up all of our outdoor stuff, and then we'd drive up 10 minutes up the road and then go to Horsetooth Reservoir and just kayak and hang out, and our kids love that too. And then the biking, and we were right by a park, and there's a little green belt behind our house that you could walk. Our dogs loved it, and just such a sweet spot and a sweet home. And we did a lot of work too, put in a lot of love, and our kids helped every step of the way. I told them it's pretty cool that we all moved into this house together, and we all moved out together.
And at the time of filming this right now, it is on the market, ready to sell for...
We're praying that it sells quickly. And there are imperfections in it. We had a tree fall down, a big pine tree fall down last year, and that kind of killed a big chunk of our grass. And so the backyard's not as beautiful as it usually is. And so we had plans for it. And we had a whole duck area, and our ducks got eaten by a animal. And so one night. And so the whole duck area isn't like, because we had ducks and chickens, and in the backyard they had their own little fenced off area. And so there's things that make it like someone could look at it and be like, oh yeah, ugh. I look at it and see potential. I'm like, all you need to do is throw some grass back here, and this is a sweet spot. You can garden. You've got fresh eggs. You can have a duck area because we had it set up for that. The patio is the only part I didn't love. We needed to redo that. Our goal, if we didn't sew, was to get all the outside done. We were gonna do a wraparound porch kind of, or big deck in the front of the house with seating on it because we hang out in the front so much. And the kids, when they were younger, they were called the rollerblade gang, I think is what they called themselves, or the roller gang. They would all put rollerblades or skateboards or whatever, and they would just roll around the cul-de-sac until it got really dark out, and then they had to come, and when the lights came on, they had to come in. The street lights came on, they had to come in. And so they were like, it'd be nice to have a deck up there where we can just sit and watch them hang out. And so we never got to do that. And then the backyard, we were going to redo the back porch area because it was kind of sinking down a little bit, and whenever the dogs would come in and out, if there was water, it gathered right there. That was the only thing that I didn't love about it because the paw prints were insane. But
we're here to talk about memories, not imperfections in the house that I never got around to.
Well, here's the other thing. If we're talking about it, he only got around to all of it when we were ready to sell. I was like, you little jerk.
No.
He redid our bathroom.
Yeah, that was one thing. I redid the bathroom in one day.
Yeah.
Like, morning to evening, and the bathroom's done, and she's mad about it.
I left for work and came back, and I'm like, well, this looks amazing. I wish we had this 8 years ago. When we talked about it. Oh,
Same
what?
thing with the dining room.
The baseboards are back up?
Not the...
With the baseboards. Wow, look how nice the room looks with baseboards and trim. I wish that happened 8 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
It was all little things. But it's hard when you're working full-time and doing stuff. We did utilize that house really well. And I think the work that we did on it was great. We hope somebody finds it and loves it like we do, and they can put their own special touches on it.
Yeah, I hope they appreciate it.
The
character. The character.
Yeah. But it's okay if they don't. I mean, we made it what worked for us. And it's funny, the people that we bought it from, I think when we first started remodeling, they would just pop in to see what we did. They're like, oh, let's check out what you guys have done. And we would send them pictures and stuff so they could see the work. Because they're like, we cannot wait to see what you do. Because they didn't really do much to it from when their kids had grown and left. And so we took out all the carpet, because I hate carpet, and put in floors. And,
so we have laminate wood floors all over.
Yeah, so just such a sweet home that our family, that it really was a gift from God for our family. It was a nice, solid, stable place to come back to over and over again, and close to everything that we did. The grocery store was close, the gym was close, school was close. Yeah. It was just such a nice, and we had great neighbors, such a great little cul-de-sac. And we used to do these neighborhood, in July every year, cul-de-sac parties where we all would come together on our neighbors, the corner neighbor, at the front of the cul-de-sac. They would host it in their yard and our yard, and so we would set up outdoor games, and everyone would bring something to potluck and just sit and hang out as neighbors and get to know each other. Even though the cul-de-sac had changed through the years, it was something that we did until 2020, and I loved that because it was nice because you got to really know all your neighbors.
So they might be wondering, okay, what are you guys doing now? So this is what's happening. So
we don't know what we're doing now.
We wanted to buy something in the. We weren't sure about the mountains or the flatlands, right? Like, so basically in Colorado, we're right up next to the mountains. So we could go a little bit into the mountains, or we could go a little bit into what we call the flatlands area, where you still have a great view of the mountains, you're just not in it, right? So we have a friend that has 5 acres up in the mountains. And so for the summer, we're gonna actually live there. It's pretty much, you can build on it, but they just use it as camping. So we're gonna be we have 2 camping travel trailers. We're gonna be there for 6 months and see what it's like to actually be driving back and forth into town. If that's something. Yeah. If we like it, we might see about buying something up there or building something up there, and if we like it. But that's what we're gonna do for the summer for 6 months, and totally we travel different. So much.
Well, here's the thing: totally different lifestyle too, because we're going.
But it's so amazing.
We're going from this 6-bedroom, 3-bath house with the backyard and 13 years of stuff to, how big is our travel trailer?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
200 feet.
200 square feet? No, it's bigger than that.
It's tiny.
So, but anyway.
The downside, he made fun of me because I kept trying to shove stuff in. I'm like, hey, I've never done this before. I don't know.
I'm like, where are you going to put all this stuff?
Two of our boys are doing it with us, so they're in their own travel trailer with their dogs on the same property.
But
our
this
youngest
property
getting...
is amazing. It's 5 acres. It has a mountain next to it, where you could climb the mountain because it's part of the acreage. And it is just the best. I mean, if you know about Colorado, hiking, mountain living, just being up there is just wow. It's
and we've
so
only been
amazing.
Up there. We haven't been up there that long, so we haven't got a chance to explore everything yet. But we've heard really great
But
things.
because we travel a lot, and because we, we go on cruises each month with the channel, with the Holy Roller channel, and everything that we do, we're not there as much. But man, we want to spend more time there. Because it is amazing. So we're gonna do that
for 6 months.
For 6 months, and then we're gonna just kind of sit on the money for a while and see if there's any opportunities that open up, and we'll try to find the right place.
Yeah, Colorado is getting expensive though, so we are exploring other options. I'm not ready to leave our kids and grandkids, but we're being pretty open to whatever it could be, and really it's whatever the Lord says. I will obey whatever he says. But
anyway, that's going to be great, I think.
Cool.
So that's kind of what we're doing. So pray for us on that we find the right place and everything. And thank you for all the support that everybody's given to our family and to our businesses throughout the years. And we're still doing our businesses, and that's why we're able to work from anywhere, and that's why we can move anywhere. Whatever we want to do is up to you, Amber.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Playing.
The other reason why we're staying there for 6 months is our youngest son's getting married, which is also very exciting.
That is very exciting.
We want to be close and get through all the wedding stuff. And so it has definitely been a whirlwind. February probably started the chaos. It's felt like nonstop go, go, go. And now we're on our anniversary trip. Been married 28 years today. And so we're on a little trip to take a break, which is so nice because we worked our tails off. And our kids worked so hard, our daughter-in-laws. I mean, it was all hands on deck to get this place ready to sell. And we're all feel a little bittersweet about it, but also pretty excited about it too, just because it's the end of one season and it's the beginning of the next. And God has been so faithful to provide in this season that we're leaving. I just can't imagine what he's going to do in this next season, knowing the size of our family and how we're growing and the dreams he's placed in our hearts, and the church community that we're in is incredible. And so I'm excited to see what this next season's going to look like. Definitely different. I mean, it's just Brian and I, that feels weird because he can be boring sometimes.
Thanks.
But also exciting and random. So I'm always on my toes.
Let's tell them about the website if they want to support, or if you have like a product or service or something with, we have a lot of stuff that you can look at jline.network. So if you go over there, you can see our site. We do life, health, and business coaching. So we help people start multiple businesses, achieve goals in their life. But we also have services. If you're in the Northern Colorado area, we have services. Also, even if you're actually nationwide, we have services that, like, for your cell phone bill, for identity theft protection. We have all kinds of different services there, including travel. VIP travel agent. We have a travel portal. So all of that, if you want to go over to jline.network, support our businesses. And if you're paying somebody else, for something, and you'd rather pay us, like a home security system, do you need one? Let me know. All that kind of stuff I think would be important, because we still are working. We still are trying to make a living here, right? Subscribe to the channel here if you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing in life, because what about Life Builder? Did you want to tell them about Life Builder?
Nope.
Oh, lifebuilder.com. Life Builder without the ER.
Right now.
Lifebuilder.com.
He promotes things that I'm not ready for.
She has a website up there. Why aren't you?
We've had a lot happening in life.
She's been kind of busy.
I'm focusing on the wedding.
Oh, and you have a Life Builder YouTube channel. You can see some videos over there.
This guy.
You maybe update.
He's a promotional. Always a walking promotional for everything. So just throw the man a bone and do something with him. Because Oh my gosh. Anyways, we are very grateful for you for watching our family's channel, and hopefully some of the kids are gonna pop on and start doing some stuff in here too, and you'll get to see life happening.
Hey, what if we do the next video? We show them the property and everything.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so subscribe so you don't miss showing them showing you the property of where we are now. So.
We're working on it. We're gone on our trip for a while though.
Yeah. It'll come out in a few weeks.
When we
so
get back,
stay
though,
tuned
it's
and
gonna
subscribe,
be sweet.
like, subscribe, share.
Thanks for watching.
All right, that's it. Bye.
Peace.